Lisa, and welcome to the Piñata story. I wrote this book so that children everywhere could learn the real meaning of the piñata. I love piñatas. Have you ever had one at your birthday party? I have, and they're so much fun. Have you ever wondered what the candy inside really represents and why we break a piñata? Well, let's find out when I read to you the Piñata story.
Welcome to the Piñata story, written by Lisa and Michelle Zajur, illustrated by Samita Mobayed Murray. In a small town in Mexico that is called a pueblo. Can you say pueblo? That means town. Lived a small boy named Pepe who was very simpático. Can you say simpático? That means nice. Pepe swept, cleaned his room, and did many chores each day. Even would put his juguetes away. Can you say juguetes? That means toys. Pepe was a good listener most of the time, and Papa thought this was very fine. Can you say Papa? That means father. Until the time Pepe said, I do not want to go to bed. His mama told him to get into his cama. Pepe simply said, I don't wanna. Can you say mama? That means mother. Can you say cama? That means bed. Oh no, said Papa. How can I figure out a way to help Pepe be a good listener and obey? Papa and Mama decided to go to the iglesia and pray. Can you say iglesia? That means church. They prayed to Dios for wisdom from up above to help Pepe learn to obey and love. Can you say Dios? That means God. Walking back to their casa, Papa was thinking it through, when suddenly Papa looked up and said, Gracias. I know what to do. Can you say casa? That means house. Can you say gracias? That means thank you. Papa's idea involved a clay pot. He went to el mercado and an olla was bought. Can you say el mercado? That means market. Can you say olla? That means fragile clay pot. Papa thought about how many shapes there are and decided to make the olla look just like a star. Papa took the olla and began to decorate it with los colores. Can you say los colores? That means colors. Let's try to learn some colors now. Can you say azul? That means blue. Can you say verde? That means green. Can you say anaranjado? That means orange. Can you say amarillo? That means yellow. Can you say morado? That means purple. Papa called his olla a piñata, which means fragile pot. Pepe thought it was amazing and wanted it a lot. Can you say piñata? That means fragile pot. Papa filled the piñata with dulces, which are candy treats that he knew Pepe would like to eat. Can you say dulces? That means candy. The grand fiesta was coming near, and Papa wanted to make his message clear. He said, Pepe, my boy, you bring me such joy. But you must learn to be a good listener to your parents each day, even when you would rather have fun and play. Can you say fiesta? That means party. Papa said, now, Pepe, you will hear an explanation about how this piñata represents temptation. The piñata, with all of its bright colors, makes us want it a lot, reminding us that we could be tempted by things we might want to have or do and know we should not. Papa continued to explain. With this piñata, we will play a game. A blindfold is placed over your ojos, and a stick you will be given to remind you that by blind faith you must be driven. Using the stick, hit the piñata with all of your might to remind you to say no to temptation and do what is right. Can you say ojos? That means eyes. Then Papa said, let the fiesta begin. He hung the piñata up with a cord and told Pepe, if you break the piñata, the dulces inside will be your reward. Can you say dulces? That means candy. Pepe broke the piñata and the dulces tumbled out. He was so feliz he began to saltar and shout. Can you say dulces? That means candy. Can you say feliz? That means happy. Can you say saltar? That means to jump. The treats inside a piñata are delicioso and taste good, just like the rewards you will receive if you're a good listener each day and do the things you should. Can you say delicioso? That means delicious. Now, when Pepe sees a piñata, it reminds him to do what he oughta. I hope you enjoyed the Piñata story, boys and girls. The Piñata story also includes so many fun ways to learn Spanish. You can learn them in the book through tips to sounding out the words in Spanish, through the bilingual glossary that has words in Spanish and English. It even has a fun way to learn how to make a traditional piñata, and also the piñata song. And finally, it's a really fun interactive learning book for the whole family. If you'd like to purchase your own copy of the Piñata Storybook, you can do that and purchase it at mascotbooks.com, amazon.com, or barnesandnoble.com. Thank you for listening to the Piñata story. I really love sharing it with you. And tune in next week for another language learning session. Adios!
Well, I hope you enjoyed learning about the piñata. It's such a fun story, and Pepe really learned his lesson. And I hope you'll remember to be a good listener to your parents each day. And if you like the book and you want to have your mom and dad read it to you, or have it for yourself at home, you can order it at casamosaic.com. Next time we get together, we're going to practice some of the Spanish words and English words that we learned throughout the story.
Hey! Hello everyone! Today we're going to learn how to make Fiesta paper flowers. Flowers and fiestas are both very important to our Mexican culture, and most of the time they go hand in hand. Take Day of the Dead for example. The marigold flower, or how we know it here, cempasúchil flower, is one of the most important elements of this celebration. Here in Mexico, we love everything colorful and everything vibrant, so why don't we go ahead and make these flowers the most colorful that we can. Let's take 6 pieces of scalloped tissue paper and start folding them accordion style. Make sure the round tips are aligned with each other, but don't worry too much if they're not 100% perfect. There's 2 sides to your soon-to-be flowers. One of them is the closed side. See how the paper opens on this side? This one is the open side. Take your wire, bend it on the open side like this, and then give it a few good spins to secure it. And now what you're going to do, or what I like to do, is kind of open it like that, so it starts looking like a flower. And then you're just gonna start pulling these up until you get the shape of a big and puffy flower. Let's start doing it. Just be a little careful because the paper is so thin and delicate that if you pull too hard, it will definitely rip. That side is, oh, there we go. Yay! We are done making our Fiesta paper flowers, and now all we need is a Fiesta. So where's the Fiesta at? Let me know, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
What is a vacation?
When you don't have any school and then you get to go somewhere really fun.
Travel is when you go places that you don't know.
Travel is when you go somewhere. I wish I traveled in a plane and a boat.
An airport is where you travel places.
I would sit by the window so I can look at what's happening.
If you could go anywhere on your vacation, where would you go?
Vegas, baby! I really want to go to Disney World because if my daddy said when I stop peeing my poo up, I can go there. South America, maybe? I want to go right now. It's in America, but it's like in the south part of it, and there are sometimes penguins there.
I would go to the movies and be a movie star.
I'm going to stop peeing my poo up for Disney World.
What's your favorite vacation you ever went on?
Disney World, duh. Sit on the beach. Ride a roller coaster. I've been on a Disney ship. We rode in some frogs. We rode in some balloons. They went pretty fast. We went through the tunnel. And we went on the lake, on the boat. I have been on one type of boat for like 2 minutes.
Travel, you can go see all the things that you never saw in your whole entire life.
You can keep on having fun until the vacation's over.
Are we there yet?
Hi guys, this is the Virginia Aquarium. My name is Rachel and I've got 2 friends with me today. This is Hales and Dana, and we thought we would take a little break from work and do some animal yoga, and we want you guys to join us. We're actually gonna move and stretch the way that animals do in the wild so that they can get their food, protect themselves, and move around their habitat. We're gonna start with one of my favorite animals, a giraffe. So I want you guys to envision a giraffe in your mind. And you can probably remember that these guys have long legs. So let's make our arms and our legs the 4 legs of giraffe and stretch them as high as they can go, because we're trying to reach to the very top of trees to get leaves. So we're gonna also stretch our neck as high as it can go with those legs and stick our tongue out really long and try to grab those leaves. They taste good. Now, giraffes are gonna need other things besides leaves to eat. They're gonna need water. In order to get down to those watering holes, they're gonna have to stretch their legs apart. So let's bend down and stretch our front legs all the way down and slurp that water. Oh, that's tasty. Awesome. Now I want you guys to come back up to a standing position to do our next animal, which is a flamingo. So these birds have long legs and they're really good at balancing on one leg. Now, if you lose your balance, it's okay. Just step your foot down and try your other leg. So let's balance up on one leg. Now, to get their food, they're gonna actually tip their heads down into the water to eat shrimp. So let's actually make our arm and our hand into a beak. And we're going to slowly, so we can keep our balance, lean all the way over so that we can put our beak under the water and slurp up those shrimp. Oh, very good. You can put both legs down. And now for our next animal, we actually have to get all the way on our stomach. So let's go ahead and lay down on the floor. We're gonna stretch our legs straight out behind us and have our arms up, and you can probably guess, we're gonna become sea lions. Now they do swim around in the water a lot, but sometimes when they come on land, they have to move. And so they're gonna move with those front flippers, and then they also can take their back flippers, stretch them up, and try to touch their heads. Can you guys do that? Now the best part is you have to sound like a sea lion. Can you guys make a sound like a sea lion? Yeah, it kind of sounds like a dog barking. Good job. So I want you guys to come up onto all fours, just like this. Now we're gonna do an animal that walks around on land, that has 4 legs and a shell. You probably guessed it, we're gonna become a turtle. Now turtles, like land turtles, they're gonna move on all 4 legs with their big heavy shells above them. But when they get scared, what do you think they like to do? They like to hide in their shell. So I want you to tuck down and hide in your shell. Now I want you to peek your heads back out. Look around. Do you see any predators? Oh, there's one. Hide in your shell again real quick. Good job. Excellent, guys. All right, so for our next animal, we're gonna sit and cross our legs, and we're gonna become an animal in the ocean that is stationary. It doesn't move around. We would also call that a sessile animal, and it's gonna be a sea anemone. Sea anemones, can you guys say that word with me?
Sea anemone.
Good job. So they have tentacles. Let's stretch our tentacles up above our heads, and they're gonna just kind of drift slowly in the water currents, kind of grabbing food particles as they float by. But if they get scared, what do you think they can do? They can tuck their tentacles back down into their bodies. And then when it's safe again, they're gonna stretch those tentacles back up and just slowly drift until, very good, they can hide those again. Excellent. All right, guys, are you ready for my last animal? Now, this animal doesn't live in the ocean. It lives on land and in a forest, and it's slow. Can you guys guess what animal we're gonna do next? An animal that moves super slow. You guessed it right, it's a sloth. And they spend a lot of time hanging down from trees. So we're actually going to spin around and lay on our backs, but stretch our legs and our arms straight up and hook them around that tree trunk to hang like a sloth. Awesome job, guys. Now I want you to slowly, like a sloth, come back up into a seated position with your legs crossed. And I want you guys to give yourselves a big round of applause for doing an awesome job. You did a great job with our animal movements, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for coming out with us today. Bye.
let's see here. Okay, I'll go ahead and get everybody in here. All right. Oh, Cheryl, hi. How you doing?
Hi.
Hold on.
Hi, Larry.
Hold on.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah,
Can you
I'm
hear?
here. Good,
Yes.
good. Hello. Hi. Yes.
Microphone check. 1, 2.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for taking this video conference call. I know these are trying times. Little difficult to coordinate here. Well, hold on.
Okay.
Wait a minute. We got somebody joining late here.
Hey.
Okay. Yep, there he is.
The big guy.
Hey.
It's the big guy.
There we go.
Wow.
All right. Frank,
Okay,
how
it's
you
taking me
doing?
like 15 minutes, but I think I got it figured out. I can see you.
Okay.
I
Yep.
can see you.
All right. So, like I was saying,
Can you hear me?
We're going to be doing these once a week.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can see
Frank.
you and hear you.
Guys,
Okay,
hey.
Frank,
Turn
can
your
you hear
microphone
me?
on,
Hello?
Frank. Turn
And
it on.
muted. Okay, Frank can't figure it out. That's all right. We're all learning here, people. We're all learning. Oh, wait a minute. We've got we got an update from the fish now. Here we go.
All right, Larry, thank you so much for taking the time to
yes.
include me in this video
Okay.
chat. It's a little
All right.
crazy here. There's a lot of people.
Yep.
Hopefully you can
Okay,
hear me.
and muted again. Wow.
This was a monumental waste of time.
I'm unmuting everyone,
totally agree.
and we'll just, meeting adjourned. Meeting adjourned. See you next week.
Wait, I can hear. Oh, I can hear everybody. I can hear them.
Oh,
Hey, you
everybody.
guys know you can change your background?
We've missed you all and are looking forward to having you back at the Virginia Aquarium. We've established some important and temporary changes that you need to know before visiting for the safety of our guests, staff, volunteers, and animals.
My name is Juana Medina, and I am the author and illustrator of Juana and Lucas and Juana and Lucas Big Problemas. Join us. Bogotá is home to over 8 million people. Some say the number is actually closer to 10 million. The city expands over 600 square miles. It's huge. There are buildings, tall and short, tons of construction with exposed brick, juxtaposed with colorful graffiti made by talented street artists. It is a city where colonial architecture melds with modern buildings and vernacular signs. Aside from bike lanes, streets all over town are closed during the weekends for people to bike, walk, and exercise. It's a city with fruit stands galore, where you can enjoy the most delicious fruits: mangoes, passion fruit, guava, papaya, feijoas, you name it. There are also colorful flower stands with fresh flowers brought from the outskirts of the city. The weather is mild, and rain is almost a daily occurrence. Bogotanos have gotten used to carrying umbrellas and donning clothes for the early morning freezing rain, bright and sunny middays, and cooler evenings. It's like dealing with spring, late summer, and fall all within one day. To stay warm, people drink coffee, agua de panela, and eat all sorts of delicious soups like changua and ajiaco. Music, like soccer, runs through Colombians' veins. We've all been rocked from before birth to the beat of drums and heartfelt accordion tunes. We all dance, whether graciously or not, and are not afraid to sway to music. Even as the country has faced challenging and violent times, a sense of joy has persevered deep within our roots, bringing comfort and, I dare say, ways to ease the pain. Bogotá is surrounded by mountains, protected from strong winds, as if hugged by the magnificent Andes. The sun is bright, and the light is cooler from places far from the equator line. It's something subtle, but every time I've been back to my hometown, I notice it again and again. The Muiscas, the indigenous community that gave the world the legend of El Dorado, have lived in Bogotá, or Bogotá, for possibly thousands of years. They not only have given the city its name, cared for nature, and created some of the most extraordinary figurines and sculptures made out of gold, but they have shared their riveting understanding of the world and hemmed together, like their beautiful textiles, Chibcha words into Spanish, to the point where most can't even recognize which thread belongs to what language. Our culture is one that loves stories. It's not unusual to see minstrels and storytellers with captive audiences in parks, plazas, and even buses. In a place where there are great social challenges and difficult realities, stories have kept us going, dreaming, working with purpose towards a better future. And that's how I've ended up here. After years and years of listening to stories, I've switched places to share with you my love for this big, small city, nestled in the Andes, tucked away, not far from reaching the stars.
Students make that transition from dreams to reality through academic success. And a large part of academic success is believing in yourself and having people around you that can be your support system, like the wind beneath your wings.
Just by planting that little seed, it's going to be so big, and you'll see how it will flourish in the future.
In the same way that the journey is more important than the destination, the question is so much more important than the answer. Keeping curious, really always expanding your learning and helping others in the same way.
It was important that we set these programs up with the Virginia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Foundation to help Hispanic students see their dreams, follow their dreams, and know there's a way to make it happen, and to help them on that path to higher education.